Apple is expected to release a high-end Mac Mini as early as this March 8th, aka Apple's March event. So here's everything you need to know about the Mac Mini. Beginning with its noticeable part, aka its design, it will basically have a redesign, having a plexiglass or plastic top, which basically resembles the first Mac Mini but thinner, and the reason why it has a plastic top is to make sure Bluetooth and Wi-Fi antennas life is easier by getting stronger signals, reducing the risk of connectivity issues which most M1 Mac Mini users experience. And given with its new retro design, it is also clear that Apple wants to make it clear that Mac users who use new Macs are using Apple Silicon powered Macs, which is why new Apple Silicon Macs and upcoming ones get a redesign. Moving on to its bottom part, because it is expected to receive two white strips at the bottom and a new cooling system, which is the important part, given that the exhaust vents are now at the bottom. According to Euri from Max Tech, air should come in from the top part, aka the gaps part, and then come out from the bottom vent instead of the back, since that no longer exists and the upcoming Mac Mini has a thinner design. And it is basically the illustration I tweeted about a few days ago, allowing optimal cooling. And feel free to let me know down in the comments what do you think about the new cooling system. And speaking of which, why not like this video, subscribe and follow my Twitter, and set both notifications to all to not miss my next video and to vote which video you would like to see next. Alright, let's now move on with the back part of the Mac Mini. We should be seeing a new power cord and plug that will have its own power supply just like the M1 iMac. And now beside the power plug is the power button to the left, like of course, and to the right is the I/O ports. We should be seeing 4 Thunderbolt ports, 2 USB-A ports, and lastly, Ethernet and 2 HDMI ports based on my speculations, and a headphone jack. And as usual for specifications and configurations, it should be powered by the M1 Pro and M1 Max chip, which the only difference between the two is the M1 Max being twice better than the M1 Pro in terms of graphics, and the M1 Pro being twice better than the M1 chip in terms of both graphics and processing performance. It is to have storage from 512GB up to 8TB, and will have at least 16GB of RAM and up to 32GB of RAM for the M1 Pro, and at least 32GB of RAM up to 64GB of RAM for the M1 Max. Or for short, basically the same specifications and configurations as the 2021 MacBook Pros. Now in terms of pricing, there should be two models, a binned and not binned model. The binned model will have 8 CPU and 14 GPU cores, which should start at $1299, and the not binned model will have 10 CPU and 16 GPU cores, which should start at $1499 given by the new design. And that is everything you need to know about the Mac Mini. As Apple would say in their event, the most powerful Mac ever built in a thin and compact design. Although this is pretty much a short video like Apple explains what to expect, I hope you learned something new from this and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.